Hi, this is Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin. I want to draw your attention to two specific individuals, two men who were a part of the greatest generation, the World War II generation. The first, Albert Strange, was just a teenager the last time he saw his family. But 75 plus years ago, this young man left his family to go and enter the war effort to serve his nation out of respect and honor for the privilege he had of being an American. Just days before the second anniversary of the attack of Pearl Harbor, Strange was in uniform 2,500 miles southwest of Hawaii in a very different part of the Pacific Theater. This kid from Kentucky was now a proud member of the U.S. Marine Corps. It was supposed to be an easy job for 18,000 well-trained Marines to secure Bevin Island. It's a small slab of Pacific rock and dirt. It's 2 miles long, half a mile wide, seemingly in the middle of nowhere, seemingly of no real significance. And yet it was heavily enforced. And regrettably, it was not an easy task to seize this. Unpredictably low tides and coral reefs combined to tangle the American landing crafts hundreds of yards short of the beach itself. This forced Strange and his brothers in arms to wade to shore through chest-deep water. They had to weave past landmines and rolled barbed wire while dodging relentless machine gun fire from dug-in Japanese forces. The Americans who did make it onto those blood-soaked beaches came ashore nearly empty-handed. Salt water left their radios and much of their gear useless. The fierce battle robbed the life out of soldiers on both sides of the war for 76 horrifying hours. After 3 days of fighting, the U.S. Marines did in fact secure the island, but at a very heavy cost. Over 1,000 of America's finest men died on that small island of Bevin. Back home in Mammoth Cave, the family received the devastating news that 18-year-old Albert Strange was among those killed in the Battle of Tarawa. It was only months ago, in 2017, that the Defense POW MIA accounting agency unearthed the remains of Private Albert Strange. It has taken 74 years to return this soldier back home to Kentucky. It has taken 3/4 of a century for this honorable Kentuckian to return home to the Commonwealth. On Wednesday of this week, he will be buried with full military honors. I have ordered that all flags in the public domain in the Commonwealth will be lowered on that day, Wednesday, December the 13th, in honor of his service to our nation. We made the same designation recently for Navy Fireman Samuel Crowder. His remains were also only recently recovered and returned to Kentucky for proper burial with full military honors on December the 9th. Crowder was among the more than 400 Americans who died on board the USS Oklahoma during the attack on Pearl Harbor. Out of respect for Private Strange, for Navy Fireman Crowder, we are lowering the flags again on December the 13th to half-mast. I would encourage any and all private sector organizations and companies to feel free to do the very same. We are so blessed to be Kentuckians, blessed to be Americans, blessed by the sacrifice of young men and women who have for centuries preserved the freedoms that we sometimes have the luxury of taking for granted. I'm grateful to the family and the descendants and those that related to the Stranges and to the Crowders. Thank you for your family service. To all those who have served and who are serving, we owe you a tremendous debt of gratitude. You make it possible for us to say, with freedom and with liberty and with pride, that we are Kentucky.